Today I will be doing a really quick review of the brand new melee weapon, which is the Mace that just dropped in Cold War. Now I haven't made a guide for this weapon, which is something I haven't done in a while. I will link one down in the description whenever I find a really good one out there on YouTube. So if you're looking for a guide, I will try to link it down in the description, but that's not what the video is going to be about. Today we'll be looking at it mainly in zombies because I am a zombies YouTuber and a zombies player mainly. We'll be looking at if it's a good competitor, for example, to maybe the E-Tool, which if you don't know, the E-Tool is currently one of the best melee weapons, or the best melee weapon in all of zombies on Cold War. I don't think there is a really good competitor to it, but we're going to be trying to see if the Mace could be one, and in different ways like that. Before we continue, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, as that does really help out the YouTube channel. We are nearly there to 26,000 subscribers, absolutely mind-blowing, and we're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, so if you could, that would be very much appreciated if you could subscribe. And also be sure to drop a like in the video, that would be pretty epic as well. So the first thing I want to kind of cover is the actual kind of stats on the weapon, which I haven't done before, but instead of looking at the weapon, what it sounds like when it's not pack-a-punch and what it sounds like when it's pack-a-punch, we're going to look at the stats real quick. So looking at all of the melee weapons, the knife itself has a pretty increased speed, the sledgehammer has a decreased speed, Wakazashi's sword goes back up with the speed, E-Tool, it just kind of skyrockets, and I know I'm covering the speed a lot, but that's one of the main things with melee weapons in my opinion. If it has a really fast swing, if it has a fast melee speed and kills a zombie fast, that's a pretty good melee weapon in my opinion. And the interesting thing with the Mace, all of his stats, damage, speed, range, and mobility seems to be nearly a 50-50 difference, which is interesting because when I hopped into a game with this weapon, I didn't unlock it. I purchased the pack, so that's why it does look different. I found that it's actually kind of interesting. So it's not slow, it doesn't feel anywhere close to the sledgehammer, and it doesn't feel super fast. It does feel like a good speed to be able to kill a horde of zombies, which I have done up to like round 20. I didn't go up to round 55 because I don't think you really have to do that with melee weapons. They all seem to deal the exact same damage. Looking through the stats, no change. So every single melee weapon will behave the exact same on higher rounds. But again, going back to the speed, the Mace, as it says, it's a 50-50 chance. You can find it sometimes really good or you can find it sometimes very slow. But what I find very interesting with it, it's better. For example, you could look at it with the sledgehammer. So it's way better than the sledgehammer because the sledgehammer has a really slow speed, but it can reach zombies really far, which the Mace can do very well as well. It has this kind of poking animation where sometimes it can even kind of like by itself push you towards the zombie if you swing from a certain distance and kill it with ease, which is really cool because obviously you do have the E-Tool, which just swings, doesn't have any kind of lunge on it, but the Mace does, and I think that's a huge plus for it. I think that's probably one of the best parts about this melee weapon in my opinion. Now obviously before you pack-a-punch this melee weapon itself, it's just called the Mace, nothing different, but once you pack-a-punch it, it does become the crunch time, which I don't know if that has anything to do with the melee weapon itself. Sometimes they do include the second name to the weapon itself and pack-a-punch to be a kind of a nod to something, but I'm not entirely sure if it has anything to do with that. The camo coverage on it is really good. Obviously, as I've mentioned, I do have a variant, so it isn't the base version of it. I feel like it would look way better because the one that I have has these green cracks on it, and honestly it does look really good with the pack-a-punch camos. I really enjoyed the last one, which is something surprising because obviously I played this on Mauer der Toten, as you can see, and I'm not a huge fan of the last camo. I do really like the purple, and whenever the purple actually came around to the weapon, I really enjoyed it. The first camo felt a bit underwhelming, but the second one looked pretty good. And obviously going back to the damage on this melee weapon, going up on high rounds, you're gonna have to really concentrate obviously on pack-a-punching it, on leveling it up, and a cool thing that you can do on this game is put on ammo mods. Now to answer the big question of if it's worth unlocking, if it's worth getting the 50 special or elite enemies killed with frenzied guard, or if it's worth getting a kill while sliding in 15 different completed matches on multiplayer, I don't know. As I always say with these weapons, sometimes if you're just a completionist and either need to unlock every single weapon or just need to get Dark Ether on every single weapon or DM Ultra, then yes. If you're a player that wants to use a weapon and see if it's a really good gun or melee weapon, then this one isn't worth it. Honestly, honestly, always go for the E2, or even if you have the base knife, it's really good, or the Wakizashi sword. The first 3 top melee weapons are probably one of the best ones, probably always the ones that you should be aiming for. And looking at the mace, it's just something cool to have, I guess. It's nothing extremely special. This isn't a weapon like an AR or an SMG where it could be stats changing, where it could defeat the Legion boss faster or anything like that. Now, I'm still gonna test this out on the actual boss fight in Mauer der Toten. I have completed the boss fight with only a melee weapon, but unfortunately my gameplay corrupted when I did that. So I'm gonna hop into a game again, and hopefully tomorrow's video is going to be Valentina on Mauer der Toten versus the Mace melee weapon. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I did kind of inform you or let you know about some of this stuff. Camo coverage is good, swings pretty fast, feels comfortable. I really enjoyed using it. It feels pretty good. Is it worth unlocking? 50-50. You know, the way its damages, it's a 50-50 chance. You can unlock it, go through the painful process, purchase it, or don't unlock it. It's all up to you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.